Hello, everyone. This is Violet Lang, and I am so excited because I have an amazing guest with me tonight, Maril Davenport. And Maril is one of my favorite people. She's super unique and such a bright spirit, and also so grounded and such a goddess. And I'm so delighted that she's going to be here sharing her story with us. So, Maril, welcome. And would you go ahead and introduce yourself, share a little bit about yourself?
Sure, thank you. And thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat with you, Violet. So a little bit about me. I am in Denver, outside of Denver. So obviously the outdoors are a big part of my enjoyment of life. And I come from a big family. I've got 4 sisters, and with respect to love and dating and relationships, I came into this program with not a lot of real relationship experience. So yeah, it's been really fun for me to get into all the good, juicy, feminine things.
Cool. I love that. Yeah, tell me a little bit more, Maril. So when you joined the program, I think was like in mid-October, maybe even around your birthday or on your birthday. I think you were traveling in Napa or something. But tell me a bit about what life was like, maybe 6 months ago or a few months ago when you were just starting the program, and then what inspired you to do this work with us?
Yeah. Before the program, I would say my life is pretty good, is pretty good. I have a job that I really love. I have, good friends and family around me. Pretty happy with where I'm at in my life. And had done a lot of work in the past decade to get to that point. But still had this sort of relationship hole. And so, yeah, I decided to take a trip. One of my goals for 2018 was to just travel more and give myself more adventure. So for my 5th birthday, just booked a weekend trip in Napa for myself, and just went by myself and was there to drink wine and have a good time. And I don't know, I've been doing all the online dating stuff and never getting anywhere with. I don't know how I came across your social media content, but it started to show up more as I was clicking links and what's this about. And then because I was going to Napa for some reason, I just decided, I'm going to be in this cool place, just celebrating my birthday. It just felt a good time to connect with you, and I did, and then decided to jump into the course. So
yes, I love that. I love your commitment to yourself and your sense of adventure and self-care, planning this cool trip for your birthday, and then just really staying committed, committing to the course, committing to the practices. Was there any time during the course where you ran into challenges, and how did you overcome those, to get to where you are now?
Yeah, I would say there was a theme of challenge, which was always self-doubt, where I would be questioning, why am I doing this? Is it really going to work? Am I doing it the right way? Is just a lot of questioning myself, and that would cause me to pull back a little bit. But I don't know, you gave a lot of tools to work through that, and I think you prepared me to understand that self-doubt would come up during the course. So it didn't surprise me as much that it did, and I was able to just kind of work through it, and that still comes up now for me, honestly, quite regularly. But now I just know how to. It's just a moment of doubt, and work through it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as women, especially, we have a lot of doubt that comes up. We think, who am I to do these things for myself? And will they work? And am I lovable? And, there's just a lot of stories in there, especially because with work or with working out or with other activities like travel, it's much more in our control, and we have a much more feedback loop. I do this and I get this, I work hard and then this happens at my job, or I go to the gym 5 times a week and then these things start changing. And, we've systematized a lot of the dating and the relationship process through our system and through our program. But there is still a part of love and relationship that's an art. And that's why, we need guidance and we need mentors and we need that soft space to land if we've had a tough time. But you also had some really magical moments. I remember from the course, both epiphanies for yourself, but also, some dating and stuff that you were doing. So do you want to tell us a little bit about, what happened as you went through the course? What happened with your love life? What happened with, your confidence, your femininity?
Yeah. So, I mean, when I started, I didn't really even know or understand what masculine or feminine energy were. I understood what they were, but I didn't understand how I was living those different energies in my day-to-day life. So, immediately, I think in the course, like the embodiment work that you offer really helped me to hone in on practical ways to bring different energy. And that started to create results for me right away. Just in noticing how I was interacting with different people that I work with, men and women, but especially relating better to men by bringing more feminine energy. And, simple things like how I was, what my posture was like, and, body language, and all of those things were simple, practical things that I could do without a lot of effort. And then, when it came time to get into the dating stuff, really having to focus on what my desires were, and having to voice those things, and like having a safe place to voice them, gave me a lot more vision about what I'm looking for. And that translated into, I think having a dating profile that was more meaningful, and immediately that attracted someone that was more in line with what I was looking for. And like on the first date that I went on with this new stuff in my toolbox, like had all of these components that I was looking for. And I had the opportunity to go on some dates with a great guy, and didn't end up out, but it was still this like really different experience than anything else I'd ever had before. Having done a lot of online dating, which was really cool, because coming into the course, like I didn't really know what I was expecting or what I would get out of it, but I know I came into it because I wanted to do something differently. And I got that. So.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you for attracting a man who really was in sync with everything that you were wanting, and then having choice. Like, if you don't mind me sharing, you're the one who stopped that relationship from continuing because it wasn't what you wanted. So to me, that's one of the most amazing things, is helping a woman date in a way that's really empowered. So she has choice, and she has the confidence to realize, oh yeah, of course guys want to ask me out. Of course guys want relationship with me. I mean, that guy was really smitten with you and head over heels. And so you're so much closer now to, to that deep partnership and that lasting partnership and love. And if I remember right, there were also some times, where people would flirt with you more, or at least just be more curious about you, people in the day-to-day world. And I always loved hearing about that on the group calls, like the guys who were like kind of hanging around more than they really needed to, just to get a chance to kind of talk to you and brighten your day. Do you want to share any stories about that?
Yeah, so I think maybe the one guy that you're sort of referencing specifically is always at the gym where I lift, and I lift like 5 days a week. So I'm there all the time. And I had always noticed this guy hanging around, but like didn't remember the first time I ever talked to him having said something like, oh, I have to do everything in my workout. And I know this, but he decided he was going to start calling me Miss Everything. And he, would come and talk to me while I was trying to workouts, and I'd be like trying to do my workouts and ignoring him a little bit, but just shifting my energy a little bit in the way that I talked to him. I think he like really took an interest in me, and You know, we've been flirting a lot. I haven't seen him in a while, like actually seen him at the gym, but yeah, that kind of stuff happens a lot. Oh yeah, this is another thing I did on the course, which is way out of my comfort zone that I just thought about. I went to speed dating, which was the same kind of thing. Like I had the opportunity to just really do some cool flirting that was fun. It was a lot of fun. So those kind of things are happening, but also since I've graduated from the course, like I think I told you a couple, maybe one or two times about this guy that I work with that I've always had like a strong attraction to, and never like been able to really express that to him and see where we're at. And I was like, I've been thinking about that one lately. He's been talking to me a lot lately about things he has going on at work. And I just had this realization today, actually, because I'm using some of the course material, that like I have the power to tell him how I feel. I can't expect him to just know or do what I want him to do if I'm not willing to say how I feel. And like that feels really cool and empowering to have that realization. Always having
Yes.
and hide from that because work relationship and all of those things. So yeah, I don't know, that was a ramble. I don't even know if I answered your question.
No, it's so great. I love that. Yeah, I totally remember the guy from work. And I think it's beautiful that you had this epiphany, you know, because of the work that you did in the course and because of how connected you are to your body and your heart and your intuition now, that like, wait, we're getting closer. He's really talking a lot with me. And I could just kind of say how I feel in a way that's an invitation, in a way that's feminine, but still be really open and vulnerable. And that's a huge skill because, like you said, it's almost irrelevant what he says, although I'm sure he's going to be very like interested and flattered and excited and all of those things. But it's more that we develop this sense of self-respect that like, oh wait, I respect myself because I do the hard things and I speak my truth and I go for what I want and I am not afraid to be open and I trust myself that this is going to be happening in my life. It's just a matter of time. So I have like mad props for you for really taking action on the things that we cover in the course. Like even when it was maybe past your comfort zone, you were like, I'm going to learn something from this. I believe in myself. I'm committed. And yeah, it's so inspiring. I really love that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then speaking of work, because you're talking about the guy at work, what did you notice just in terms of like your power or your, you know, your efficacy or whatever when it comes to work and the opportunities that you're getting there?
Yeah, it's funny. I would have said that like I came into the course already pretty confident in my career. Like I do pretty well in that arena. And you know, I just since going through the course have started to notice this shift that if I let go of all the things that I've been so tightly controlling, there's like abundance that just flow. Like, so I work in real estate. I manage a bunch of commercial real estate, and I don't know why. I'm just saying it's because of the work I've done in the course and my shift in energy. Like things are just like good deals are just flowing away right now in a way that's never happened before. I took the opportunity to pursue to talk with a recruiter, which I had never been.
It's a little bit frozen. I'm not sure if I'm frozen or she's frozen. Okay, hold tight, everyone. We're going to figure out this technical challenge. We will restart in a moment. Let me just give Maril a chance to join back in. I think something just happened with her computer. I'm going to email her the link again. Well, while we're waiting for Maril to join, I'm excited for her to say more about this story, about her work and all the abundance that's flowing to her because of her finding her power, finding her voice, speaking her truth, being willing to be vulnerable, open, and changing her mindset to be in a place of positivity and expectancy and joy and delight and confidence. All of those things definitely help our love life, but they also really help our work life as well. And so Maril is just one of many of my clients who've gotten promotions, raises, bonuses, new clients, you know, better financial health because they've gotten integrated their head, their heart, and their body, and they've gotten in touch with this feminine power that we've been talking about. And there she is. Hi, Maril. Welcome.
I don't know what happened. The internet just like totally disappeared. We're in the middle of a winter storm right now, so I wonder if it's just spotty. Sorry.
Okay, you're here. It's perfect. I rambled for a few seconds and then now we're back to business. Yeah, you were talking about, I think we lost you. You were just talking about how business is more abundant than it's ever been before. And you were talking to a recruiter.
Yeah. So lots of job opportunity and good things are flowing my way. And I think the way that I'm approaching work feels different. I'm not putting as much pressure on myself about it, I think, which just a little bit more open to those opportunities. Like I'm not putting all my self-worth on being a performer at work, and that feels really good.
Yes, amen. I think so many women can relate to that. I know so many women can relate to that. And at times myself as well, we wrap our self-worth up in how we perform at work. And it's such an externally driven thing that we can end up feeling like it's just not as fulfilling as it needs to be. And then when we shift that, ironically, the more fulfilled and full of pleasure we feel on the inside, then the more the outside just like matches this sense of delight. So I love that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to share about the program or share with anyone who's maybe thinking of taking this step in their love life?
Yeah, I think for me, really the component of self-love and self-care and self-respect that comes from this work is so important and has been so valuable to me, and something that I understood intellectually before I came into the course. But like, you could ask me 100 times, do you love yourself? And I say yes, but I didn't know what that felt like. Or I guess I didn't, I'd never really felt it, even though I would say, yes, I love myself. And your course really has given me the ability just to like feel my heart more and feel things that I just know were missing. So I mean, I think beyond, and I know that will manifest for me in relationships in the future, but even if that never happens, there's value in that for me, that I can feel my heart.
That touches me so deeply, Maril. I really love that. I think it's such a gift. I mean, I feel your heart when you talk about it, and I feel the depth of your love for yourself, and I feel the absolute certainty and conviction that is magnetizing your partner to you, whether it's the guy that you work with, whether it's someone that you work out at the gym with, whether it's someone else that you meet online. It almost doesn't matter the channel by which you meet the person, because you have all the skills now to make it work no matter where it is. And you brought up something that was so important that I think it's hard to know until you're in the course and doing the tools, is that our culture is so cerebral about, say this affirmation or read this book or read this blog or watch this video. And it's so much information. And information is important, but it's about 10% of the importance. 90% of importance is the transformation that happens through community and through embodiment practices and through doing what you were talking about, which is like actually implementing things. Because myself included, I used to read every book under the sun about relationships, but I either wouldn't implement it, or when I did, it was kind of wonky and no one was really giving me feedback about what I could do differently next time or why maybe it didn't quite work. And so I think a lot of women get stuck in this little trap of like knowing the right things intellectually, but not sure how that actually translates. And then when they do translate it, it doesn't always get them the results that they want. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. That's a really, really important point.
Until you're like in your body, feeling those things as they're happening, it doesn't matter if you're intellectually doing it the right way. It's still only halfway, or not. It's not all the way. I don't know if it's half or whatever, but it's not the way.
Yeah. Yes, totally. I get it. That's
still very
exactly
much
right.
a work in progress for me. Like I have to practice it. If I don't practice it on the regular, it goes away pretty quickly. Like I think I'm still pretty new to getting in tune with how I feel in my body. But the awareness that it's even there is such a huge thing.
Yes. And you're creating a new neural pathway. It's a new muscle memory or heart memory or body memory, so that the next time, handsome guy comes up to chat with you, your nervous system knows how to stay soft and open and feisty and fun. Connecting versus shy or doubting yourself or all of that. And so, it just takes time. It takes time to build that muscle. And sometimes we build it in certain practices in the course, like our bodies are just like, yes, that's it. And then certain aspects of flirting and dating might take a little longer. Like, the embodiment piece, it feels like that happened really quickly for you, like feeling things in your body. And sometimes it might take someone a little bit longer, but it always happens, and better to do that now and have it take a few months or half a year than to not do it and go decades without feeling like you're this goddess of love and that you can create a healthy partnership. And you will create a healthy partnership.
Yeah.
I really.
Can I share one other thing? Just back to sort of masculine and feminine energy. Like as a weightlifter, I think I was carrying around this idea like I have muscles, I just really physical work in my training, like that is not feminine. And that's like with our society, it's not feminine. And I want to thank you for like clarifying for me that that's not what masculine or feminine is. That I can do those things and still be very feminine, or have feminine energy and masculine energy. And that's been really cool for me too. And if I can get that and be like this weightlifter, I think that feminine energy is accessible to any woman.
It is accessible when we're open to getting the guidance and doing the work. And you're such a total badass, but you're also very radiant and loving and warm-hearted and funny and, all of these things. And, if any of you get a chance to check out Maril's Instagram, she might not want all the attention, but she has some really amazing videos and photos of her weightlifting. And even when you're lifting weights, there's a fierce determination, but there's also this, like, I don't know how to describe it, but this like very feminine vulnerability. And I even think some of your weightlifting outfits, if I can call them that, are like bright pink and patterned, and like, it's so captivating. I remember after you started the program, I like found you on Instagram, and maybe as we were getting connected, I found you, and I like scrolled through everything, and I thought, oh my God, this woman is so cool. Look at her. Like, she has such an interesting life, and she's so unique and so expressed and so, just like in touch with who she is in the world. And so I'm honored that I could be part of an extension of that journey for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Maril. I'm so delighted to have you on here. It's a pleasure to connect. I'm glad that I get to see you on our alumni calls in the coming months. I know there's going to be lots of big celebrations there. And like you said, yes, being with a great partner and finding a great partner is a beautiful thing that happens through this, but it's not any more important. In fact, in some ways, it's less important than these inner skills and qualities and tools and work. Yeah. And I'm excited to see everything that develops for you and with you.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to share before we wrap things up?
Just to say thank you. You know, your program is amazing. I'm super impressed with the, I don't know, the quality of the content, how thoughtfully it's put together. It really resonated with me on a lot of levels. So thank you.
My pleasure. And you know, you have access to that forever. Anytime I add a practice or add something else, like you'll always get the info on that and the access to that. So it'll keep going on and on. And yeah, if anyone watching this is curious about masculine, feminine energy, about how to implement dating so it's not just kind of in your head, how to make online dating work for you, how to flirt in person and start magnetizing people to you, how to increase your abundance at work and just the sense of positive flow instead of feeling like you need to control everything. I mean, Maril had so many wins with us. I can't even recap them all. But if that's of interest to you, definitely go to violetlang.com/talk and book your Breakthrough to Love session. It's a 45-minute session and you're going to get a ton of clarity about what's been going on in your love life, what you might be missing out on, and what you really want. And you know, if we decide not to work together, that's totally fine too. But my desire is that every woman at least has this opportunity to get some clarity about what's been going on with this part of her life so that she can feel like she's in a place of power and choice instead of at the whim or the mercy of the apps or, you know, guys that she meets or whatever it is. So I'll put the link to that in the comments to the violetlang.com/talk. And Maril, I'm sending you a huge hug. It sounds like it's pretty snowy and stormy there, so I hope you can cuddle up or nestle up with a good blanket and some hot tea and something that feels very pleasurable and sensual and yummy. So I'm so proud of you, and thanks for being so generous with your time and coming on here tonight.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye, Maril. Bye, everyone else. Thank you.
Bye.